Could you imagine becoming a multi-millionaire at the age of 15? Like, how crazy would that be? I know that my life would be insane. And I don't know how much I would have actually saved and invested, but that's for another day. So anyway, I came across this video that was titled $5 million at 15. And for any teenager to come across that amount of money, however they did it, I mean, that is game changing. And I thought, you know what? And this is the Wealth Hacker Labs channel, and we're all about accelerated wealth building. So I want to find out, how did this 15-year-old become a multi-millionaire? I mean, $5 million at 15. So I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a reaction video. But before we get started, something just seems off. Oh, I know what it is. Hey, Alexa, it's time to get wealthy. There we go, that's much better. But hey, before we actually get into this, I do have to mention somewhere along the way when I was reacting to this video, because I've already reacted, recording the intro, you know, so you get a real time reaction. Somehow I missed that he was 15. I don't know what I read, but I thought that he was 9. And you hear me reacting to him being 9, but nonetheless, 9, 15, 11, the fact that he has $5 million and he's still a teenager, I mean, that's pretty incredible. But if you still want to make fun, feel free to do that in the comment section. I've got some tough skin, and while you're in that comment section, you know, there is that little subscribe button so that you can see future wealth hacker videos. And also too, while you're there, you might as well hit that like button, because, you know, other 11, 15-year-olds, 9-year-olds that want to become multi-millionaires, this could help them. Did I say hit that like button? Okay, well, as long as we're on the same page. All right, so let's go and find out what is going on with this 15, 9, 11-year-old that has $5 million right now.
Hey, my name is Simon, and I am ashamed to admit this, but
Hey, Simon.
when I was 9, I illegally bought credit card information of dozens of people on the internet and used those to—
Wait, wait, I'm sorry. Did Simon say that he's 9 years old or was 9 years old and he was buying people's information? Like, credit card? Wait, he's 9. I've got a 12, a 10, and an 8-year-old. Like, I know kids are pretty resourceful, but like, Simon, I'm a little bit more curious about your household. Like, where are your parents at? Whew, okay. I don't know what's going on here with Simon. We're going to find out.
to order pizzas for me and my friends. I know what I did was wrong, but that's not what this story is about. This story is about Bitcoin because the hackers that
I'm also curious too. Like, he stole all this to buy pizza for his friends, and that's all he bought? Something about Simon's story is not checking out right now.
stole the credit card information on the internet wanted Bitcoins in exchange. So back in 2010, I decided to buy 400 Bitcoins, which only cost me $50 back then. I spent 40 of those Bitcoins to buy the credit card information of around 30 people.
So this is like going back to the story about the guy who had Bitcoin. I wonder if this is the dude. No, probably not. But he used Bitcoin to buy a pizza that ended up being like a $1 million pizza or something like that. Something crazy. I don't know if this is all tying in, but there's just something about this story. I'm just not quite following.
Which was more than I needed. And afterward, I completely forgot about the other 360 Bitcoins I had left. Only in 2017, when I saw a newspaper article talking about Bitcoin and how its price had exploded, I remembered I had a few Bitcoins left.
Wait, I'm sorry. I don't know how much time has passed here, but like, so Simon 9, and now he's 11. Was that him just reading the newspaper? Like, I'm sorry, a kid that's buying Bitcoin and stealing credit card information, like, is he reading? I don't think he's reading a newspaper. Okay, I don't know. I gotta let this go.
My old laptop though, and I wasn't sure if I had thrown it away. So I ran into my basement to search for it. And there I found it. My old laptop. I took him to my room and turned him on.
You saw it was his old laptop with a rubber ducky. Did you catch that? The rubber ducky? Who's the illustrator, the animator in this? And what is his computer? Is that like a bowling ball with an apple bite out of it? I'm sorry. I got all these little details.
I was so nervous, but then I immediately saw the Bitcoin wallet icon on my laptop screen. I opened the application. It read connecting to the internet, and I was so nervous, wondering if my old Bitcoins were still inside the wallet. But when it's...
Because he wants to buy more pizza? Like, Oh, Simon. Simon
said 360 Bitcoins left, I got so euphoric that I screamed as loud as I could.
I'm just picturing a young teenager using the word euphoric. Euphoric. My kids don't know what the word euphoric means. Just saying.
Next, I typed into Google 360 Bitcoins converted to US dollar because I had no idea how much they were actually worth. When it said 5 million US dollars, I first had to take a deep and long breath.
I'm also wondering here too, do you think that he really typed into Google? I'm thinking he went like, hey Alexa, how much is Bitcoin worth? 1,800, oh, you probably didn't hear that because my Alexa's over there. But anyway, my point is, did he actually type it in or did he use voice search? Because I'm thinking Simon, like my kids, they would rather ask Siri or, I don't want to say her name again, but anyway, just another observation.
But then I ran to my mom and screamed, "We are rich! We are rich!" I was so excited I couldn't control myself and started dancing for no reason.
All right, so he's doing the Fortnite dance.
Straight together, side to side, to the floss.
Okay, I can't really do that dance, but whatever. So we know Simon's young. He's got Fortnite skills.
Mom thought I was joking and told me to calm down and to bring out the trash. She didn't get it. Even though I told her we were worth $5 million, she just didn't believe me. I also thought about telling my friends from school, but I figured it was better if they didn't know I was rich. 2 weeks later, I had cashed out all my...
Does Simon forget how he had the Bitcoins from stealing the credit card information? Maybe, is this coming back up? I feel like Simon's story cannot end well.
I had to pay 20% taxes on them, so I was left with only $4 million, which wasn't too bad for a 16-year-old.
Okay, so he's 16 years old. Does a 16-year-old know about 20% capital gain tax? Who's the CPA? Where's he getting his information? Who is doing his tax return?
The first thing I did was buy my mom a nice apartment. She had raised me as a single mother and always worked 2 jobs. She had done so much for me, and now I was finally able to pay her back. But when I showed her her new apartment, she asked me if I was making money selling drugs. Oh my God, Mom, stop it. Just enjoy yourself. Why can't...
No, I'm not selling drugs. I was just illegally stealing people's credit card information and selling it and buying Bitcoin and pizzas for my friends. And he bought her an apartment? Dude, you got $4 million. You bought her an apartment. Oh, wow. Like, go Simon. You're sweet. You're such a nice guy.
Can't you just be happy? After I had spent $600,000 on the apartment, I put $3 million into a low-index...
Did you notice how it said apartment rental? Like, I thought you said you bought her apartment. It said apartment rental on the envelope. I don't know.
S&P 500 fund, which is one of the safest investments you can make. And I also kept another $200,000 for me and another $200K for my mom, so we could spend it on whatever we wanted. Of course, I bought myself a nice new car. It was a luxury SUV, and when I arrived at school, everyone was impressed.
I'm just finding it really hard to believe that a 16-year-old is going to be this wise with his money after he was stealing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know.
Suddenly, the kids that had made fun of me before kept their mouths shut. So, did money change me as a person? Yes, absolutely. I have much more self-confidence now, even though I can say I'm happier than before. I mean, I'm still the guy playing video games all day and hanging out with my old friends on the weekend. To be honest, I thought that once I'm rich,
Why is he wearing, what's the dude's name? Beatles guy. I can't even think of his name. Not Paul McCartney, the other guy, but he's wearing the shades. Not Ringo. Who's the guy? Lennon. John Lennon. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I promise you I'm a Beatles fan. But my point is really? He's rich now and he's 16 and now he's wearing John Lennon glasses? I don't get it.
girls would be all over me. But that didn't happen at all. There was one time where I went to a bar with one of my friends and I bought a huge golden champagne bottle.
He actually kind of looks like Harry Potter. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's why you're not getting chicks, because you look like Harry Potter and you're 16.
For $800. But even then, no girl wanted to talk to us. It was a bit of a bummer, to be honest. The other thing is that I'm petrified about losing my money, which is why I'm reading at least one book.
How much time has passed? Because he said he bought an $800 bottle of champagne. Last time we checked in with Simon, he was 16. So 5 years has gone by? Why is he still wearing the same white collar shirt and the blue vest? Where'd the John Lennon Harry Potter glasses go?
Per week about investing. I know it was pure luck that I became a millionaire at such a young age. But I also know that if I spend my money on stupid things like a yellow Lamborghini that soon, I'll be just as broke as I was before. And trust me, it takes a lot of self-control to stay rich. For example, last week, I bought a $30,000 gold chain with diamonds on it.
He's talking about self-control. Maybe he returns it. I mean, he did buy the brand new car. He bought his mom the $600,000 apartment. Apartment, not even a house.
It's so flashy that I can't even wear it outside because I'm scared someone will steal it from me. That's why I only showed it to some of my friends. They all said it looked cool, but afterward I felt like an idiot because I realized I had just spent $30,000 on a diamond chain to impress other people. What a waste of money. Anyway, I think I talked enough about myself.
So he kept it? There's no way he still has this money. I don't even think this guy exists.
Let me know in the comments what you would do if you suddenly had a few.
Oh my gosh, this is it?
Bank accounts. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to this channel if you want more animated stories.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I've got to unpack this a little bit. Give me a minute, and we'll talk more about Simon and his John Lennon glasses and the $30,000 gold chain here in one sec. All right, let's go and get real for a minute. I don't even know if this Simon kid is for real. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yes, it was a short little animated session. There was just some weird details about what is going on. And it is also kind of weird that Dave Ramsey is over my head watching me. Dave, I can see you. If you don't know what that's all about, I've got a few Dave videos you might want to check out if you haven't subscribed yet. Anyway, let's talk about Simon and his $5 million. Nonetheless, I mean, if you were to acquire that amount of money, I do not believe that a 15-year-old is going to know to do the 20% capital gains tax. That is, that's going to do some very prudent and wise financial decisions. I mean, he talked about taking $200,000 out for his mom and for himself to go out and blow it. But then he talked about spending another $30,000 on the gold chain, but he didn't buy the Lamborghini. He did buy a brand new SUV, invested it into the index fund. I don't. I'm not buying it. I don't know who this Simon kid is, but I am just not buying it. But if this truly did happen, you actually can watch my other wealth board video where I talk about, what was his name? Mark, who won the $1 million from the Mr. Beast challenge. And in that video, I really talk about, if I were to win $1 million, like what I would do with that money. And the same strategy could be applied here with Simon, that yes, you gotta make sure you got some set aside for taxes, but once again, you could put that $1 million in a high yield savings account and collecting as much interest, 1.8, 1.9, whatever the interest rate is now, until you actually have to pay that capital gains tax. And the rest of that, I mean, I love that he took out $200,000 for him and his mom. Would I have paid cash for the apartment? I don't know where they're living. That's a pretty high. I guess it depends on where they're living, but nonetheless, could he have financed it and just made the payments and lived off the interest, collecting dividends? I definitely wouldn't put all that in an S&P 500 fund, just all of your money into that. I'd want something set aside for growth, as well as something that's going to be paying dividends, paying income for today. I don't know what this channel, what is this channel? Sorry, I'm like, share my story? I don't know. I don't know if this is real. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that Simon's story, but nonetheless, there is that story about the person who used Bitcoin to buy a pizza. And there are, I'm sure, countless stories of Bitcoin millionaires that do exist. I mean, that is not I'll say it's not a common thing, but there definitely are several stories of people that are got in Bitcoin, not realizing what it could become, and it seriously did blow up. So it is possibility. I'm just not buying it. I feel like I need to watch some more of these animated shorts on this channel to see how legitimate they are. But anyway, what do you think? What do you think about Simon's story? Do you think it's legit? If you won $5 million in 15, would you have done some similar things, or would you just be like, cash money, baby? I don't know. I know me at 15, dear Lord, I don't even know. I can't even wrap my brain. I would be very blessed and fortunate if I had any of that money left, because man, you get that amount of money at that young of a immature age. And if you don't have the right guidance, the right mentors, that's why, I mean, Simon, he's raised by his mom. He didn't have any other mentors. So how did he know this? It doesn't matter. This is just me. I'm just rambling. Don't matter. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Is Simon's story legit? What do you think about what he did with his money? Do you think a 15, 16-year-old would really do this? I'm curious of your thoughts. Am I the only one that's just troubled by this? I don't know why I'm so troubled. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you didn't, you can still hit that like button, I guess. Anyway, hey, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.